As a Christian, it's essential to approach the topic of climate change with a critical and discerning mind, recognizing that there are various agendas at play. While some individuals and organizations claim that climate change is a pressing issue that requires immediate attention and drastic action, others argue that the threat is overstated or even fabricated. For Christians who are skeptical of the dominant narrative on climate change, there are several ways to engage with this issue and push back against what they perceive as a fake climate change agenda. First and foremost, Christians should prioritize biblical wisdom and discernment when evaluating the claims made about climate change. This involves recognizing that God is the creator and sustainer of the natural world, and that humans have a stewardship role to play in caring for the earth. However, this does not necessarily mean that Christians must accept the prevailing views on climate change, which often emphasize human guilt and the need for drastic reductions in carbon emissions. Instead, Christians can look to Scripture for guidance on how to approach this issue, recognizing that God's plan for humanity involves both care for the earth and the pursuit of human flourishing. One way that Christians can fight back against the fake climate change agenda is by promoting a more nuanced and balanced understanding of the issue. This involves recognizing that the science on climate change is not as settled as many claim, and that there are legitimate debates and disagreements among experts about the causes and consequences of climate change. Christians can support organizations and researchers who are working to provide a more balanced and accurate understanding of the issue, and can help to amplify their voices in a public square. Another approach is to highlight the negative consequences of climate change policies, particularly for the poor and vulnerable. Many of the policies promoted by climate change activists, such as carbon pricing and renewable energy mandates, can have devastating effects on low-income households and communities. Christians can speak out against these policies and advocate for more compassionate and equitable solutions that prioritize human well-being and flourishing. Christians can also work to expose the ideological and political agendas that often underlie the climate change movement. While some individuals may be genuinely concerned about the environment, others are using climate change as a pretext for promoting a radical left-wing agenda that involves significant expansions of government power and control. By highlighting these agendas and their implications, Christians can help to create a more informed and critical public discourse around climate change. In addition, Christians can promote a more positive and hopeful vision for the future, one that emphasizes human ingenuity and the potential for technological innovation to address environmental challenges. Rather than relying on fear and guilt to motivate action, Christians can encourage people to work together to develop creative solutions that promote both environmental sustainability and human flourishing. Finally, Christians can engage in grassroots activism and community-based initiatives that promote environmental stewardship and care for the poor. This can involve participating in local cleanup initiatives, supporting community gardens and sustainable agriculture projects, and advocating for policies that promote energy affordability and access. By working together to address environmental challenges at the local level, Christians can help to build a more just and compassionate society that reflects God's love and care for the world. In conclusion, Christians who are skeptical of the dominant narrative on climate change do not have to accept the prevailing views or feel pressured into supporting policies that they believe are misguided or harmful. Instead, they can engage with this issue in a thoughtful and discerning way, promoting a more nuanced and balanced understanding of climate change, highlighting the negative consequences of climate change policies, exposing ideological agendas, promoting a positive and hopeful vision for the future, and engaging in grassroots activism and community-based initiatives. By taking these approaches, Christians can help to create a more informed and critical public discourse around climate change, and can work towards a more just and compassionate society that reflects God's love and care for the world.